I think it's really important that you guys have pointed out that the studio started in the basement because I think that a lot of people tend to have this idea, like when they see the finished product of whether it's a business or an artist, they tend to compare themselves like, man, how am I supposed to get to this level? How am I supposed to get to the success of this particular business? But that's because, and it's unfair for them to compare themselves to where the business is at this point, and then they find out later, no, that's not, Bunker Studios didn't just drop in Brooklyn like with the big studio. It started in someone's basement, like with Amazon, it started in someone's garage. So I think it's really important to point that out because it brings more transparency to the beginnings of not just a business but artists in general. And I think it's important because it allows artists to not be so hard on themselves when it comes to starting out, because I think they get so discouraged because they're not at a certain point where maybe someone that they're looking up to is at that point. Maybe, and it's good to ask questions like that because you'd be very surprised, people that you look up to, you'd be surprised to hear about their starting point. Some of them started off worse than you did. You know what I mean? So I think it's good to highlight that as well.